the blessings keep coming. You know, when you are operating at a very high frequency and you're in total integrity at all times, then you're going to attract into your life people who are like that. So you're going to attract like-minded people. This is one of my success tips. If you want to create an incredible Lifewave team, create an incredible business, full stop, you have to, you're the person at the top. The buck stops with you, and it's how you show up in the world. It's what you say, it's what you do.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, and it is our honor to have Sandra to share how she did it. Therese, are you there, Therese?
I am here.
Since you sponsor Sandra, would you say a few words about her?
Oh my goodness. Of course I would. As Sandra's sponsor, trust that this past year, this was all her. This was her success, her team, and, her journey. But what I've been sharing and what I love so much is just I remember asking Sandra when I first, brought her LifeWave, and, she wasn't an automatic. Let's just say she didn't say yes right away to me. It took several, it took several invitations. It took several mentions. And I have a funny feeling she will tell you the two words that actually were the key words that all of a sudden it was, what? Okay, now you have my attention. But what
Okay.
I love so much, everybody, is that early on, after Sandra got some pretty incredible healing in her own body with some patching, and again, this is her story. But I remember her saying to me quite clear, I said, Sandra, what would you really like to do with LifeWave? And in Sandra's style, she said, oh, I want to go all the way to the top. And so what has happened here this past week, it was a week ago,
Yeah.
when this incredible victory was accomplished. And you think about it, everyone, when that was the goal from pretty much the beginning, her journey of, navigating network marketing, this was her first experience in network marketing.
Okay.
But when you think about that, that day where you actually make it to the top, you're in that you're in that awareness of, whoa, I actually did it. So big congratulations to the Sandra Biskind team. She's got an incredible, beautiful team of light workers. And we all know this is just the beginning for her and all the incredible healing and the blessings that she will bring forward.
Well, thank you so much, Therese, for sharing that to all of us. So, who is Sandra Biskind? As you can see it here, many, many great accomplishments. Dame Sandra Biskind shared 40 years of spiritual mediumship and award-winning business wisdom to create a totally transformational experience. This lady is really amazing, ladies and gentlemen. International number one best-selling author of The Code Breakers. Discover the password to unlock the best version of you, the founders, and the Platinum Life Institute. Sandra and her husband, Daniel Biskind, have created a system to empower you to live the life of your dreams. Jack Canfield calls Sandra a contemporary spiritual master who combined Eastern mystical spirituality with Western scientific productivity in practical, no nonsense way to decode love, abundance, and well being. Block in your unconscious. Jack says, run, don't walk, to one of her events. Well, Sandra, can you say something about this great achievement?
That always takes my breath away when I hear what Jack said, because right from a very young age, my whole desire was to help end suffering. And so I started my spiritual journey well over 40 years ago, during the time that I was in other businesses. And when I met Daniel 25 years ago, we decided to create these spiritual programs that would really help people move beyond the blocks, the unconscious blocks that are stopping them from having the life, the love, the relationship, and the success that they want. And when we met Jack about 8 years ago, within a couple of hours, he said, "Oh, I know who you are. I want to work with you, and I want you to work with my family, my team, and all of my students." And of course, once he had experienced the work, he was like, "Okay, this is like nothing else on the planet," and he was so excited. And I feel like as a spiritual medium, I have been so blessed with this divine gift of being able to tap into people's the depth of their soul and to really help them on many, many, many levels. And of course, I bring that gift to my Lifewave business. I think for me, it was all about the people. I was just, again, the blessings keep coming. You know, when you are operating at a very high frequency and you're in total integrity at all times, then you're going to attract into your life people who are like that. So you're going to attract like-minded people. This is one of my success tips. If you want to create an incredible Lifewave team, create an incredible business, full stop, you have to, you're the person at the top, the buck stops with you, and it's how you show up in the world. It's what you say, it's what you do that people either love or don't love. So in other words, for us, being focused on enlightenment, being focused on integrity, being focused as spiritual leaders, we brought that energy into Lifewave. And that's why Therese said that my team is a group of light workers, because I'm attracting light workers and they're attracting light workers. So everybody that is coming into this team, they're all dedicated to helping end suffering. Now, when you are dedicated to helping end suffering and people know that you've got their best interest at heart, then they believe in you, then they trust you. And then, of course, they go, "Yeah, I want to be in this team. I want to be with these people who are going to support me." And so there's a support system that must be created from the heart. That's why I loved that the convention was heart to heart. Again, it's all about this huge heart, being patient, tolerant, loving deeper than you've ever thought you could love before, the people that are in your team. And it's very interesting that we're having this conversation now, because as a medium, my mother, who has been in spirit now for 52 years, she dropped in during the week and she said to me, "Sandra, you have to go deeper into love." And I've gone, "What? Deeper into love?" She said, "You've got to go deeper into love. You have to go into a place of absolute patience and non-judgment." And it was really incredible, because it was not long after that message came through that Daniel and a few of my downline were doing these things. And it was like, oh, normally the frustration would come up, and I kept hearing my mother's words, "No, go deeper into love. Be patient. Don't judge." And so I actually teach this to all of my downline, not just my personally enrolled, but my second generation, my third generation, as many down as possible. I absolutely want my team to emulate and replicate what is being done from the top. And that's why I have absolute faith in this team, that my team, we're going to have a lot of SPGs in this team.
So I'm reading all your achievement. My goodness, I bet you have a lot of people around the world knighted to the Orthodox Order of St. John, Russian Grand Prize for their contribution to peace. Support children around the world. Sandra and Daniel are energy master who are deeply aligned with the highest destiny for all. Just for that one subject alone, which is the energy, you know that we have energy patches. You can literally do a demo and elaborate on all that amazing stuff. Uh, I think it's just so incredible. Can you elaborate a little bit about it?
Yeah, I would love to, because being called Energy Masters was a pretty high accolade. And of course, having worked with energy all of my life. But what I found really interesting was, although we created all of these events, and people who come in to my live events and all over the world and my speaking gigs, they all come in and they feel the energy. Daniel and I have people come up to us and say, "What is it? What's going on? Who are you? What's this energy?" Right? But then when I was introduced to the Lifewave patch system, I would hold up this little patch and the same thing happened. I would put a patch on somebody and we would get the same high frequency energy healing results from the patch as what we would get from our work. So the patch was really synchronizing with what we were doing. It was such an easy thing for us to add the Lifewave patch system into all of our events. And of course, we patch everybody, all of our clients, our private clients, all of our students, they all get patched because they all understand that what we're patching them with is exactly what we've been working with all of our life. And instead of me needing to go in and discover what their past life was and what the challenge is, I can put a patch on and do the same thing. So, Roy, as far as the energy, frequency, vibration goes of these patches, it's the highest of any wellness product on the planet. And I can say that. I remember when Daniel and I first started using them, we were physically high, like in enlightened states for the first 3 months. It took us a long time to get to adjust to the energy field of the patches. And when I wake up in the morning and I open my drawer with all my patches in it, I'm like, oh, I've got to, oh, I can take a deep breath, and there it is. The energy hits me, and I just readjust again. So we're absolutely blessed that David was able to divinely download an energy frequency vibrational match to enlightenment, which is conducive to healing, and bring it to the world. So for me, it was such an easy yes once I had my own healing miracle. And of course, healing miracles happen all the time. I've been on stages in Atlanta, New Jersey, Dallas in the last month. And I bring people up on the stage and I say to them, "What's your challenge?" Now, there's hundreds of people in the audience. This is a very gutsy thing to do. And when Tito and you talk about being fearless, this is what it takes in this business. But then it's easy to be fearless when you know that the product is going to perform 100% of the time. So I have these beautiful people on stage with me and I say, "What's your challenge?" And they tell me, "Oh, I've got a migraine," or their hand is like a claw with arthritis, or they've got massive back pain or knee pain. And I patch them up in front of the audience. And I always do muscle testing. So first of all, bring their arm out, I test them, they stay strong. When I touch their knee or their back or their head, the arm goes down because the body just loses energy completely and won't stay strong when you're in pain. Then I put the patch on. I don't even wait a second. I muscle test them again. I touch the same place and the arm will not go down. And you should see the looks on the faces of the people I've just patched on stage, and then the gasp of the audience, like, "Wow, what just happened? What am I seeing?" And they're seeing this energy, frequency healing at the speed of light. And it is so exciting. One 13-year-old girl had a migraine. I put an Eon patch either side of her temple. And I said, "How you feeling, sweetheart?" And she had these big tears in her eyes and she looked at the audience and she said, "I'm feeling better now." And her mother was beside her. Look,
Yeah.
this is the most rewarding business. And I have been in business since the age of 18. That's a lot of 52 years of being in business and working as a solopreneur, entrepreneur, spending hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars putting
Mhm.
business together. And then all of a sudden, here's Lifewave and it costs next to nothing to set up the business. And yes, of course, I am going to wear every single patch. I'm going to, every single thing that David comes out with, I'm in, it's mine, I'm using it, and I'm telling the world about it, because I know that in this time that is such a crazy, shocking time where people are depressed, they're getting sick like never before. They don't understand what's going on. They're angry, frustrated. This is the time where David's technology has really come to the forefront when humanity needs it more than ever. So if you're new and you haven't even signed up and created an account yet, don't think twice. I mean, it took me 2 years to say yes. and I did hear 2 magic words, and those magic words were stem cells. And the moment I heard the word stem cells, I understood that this was something that I needed to use, that it was something that the world needed. Because if you think about it, your stem cells start degrading at 18 years old. And by the time you're 40, you're starting to see little wrinkles. By the time you're 50, 60 and over, you've got a lot going on. I'm looking at people who are younger than me, who are walking around with a cane, they're stooped over, they're in pain, they're using walkers. I mean, it is phenomenal to see how many people are limping around this planet and suffering. And yet they don't have to, because when you wear X39 and X49 and you start activating new stem cells within the body, when you start using the entire Lifewave reverse aging system, you have a completely different life to live. What I say is you have hope. And so, yeah, give yourself hope. Give the ones you love hope. Give every stranger you meet hope. I've been in an airport and I've had this huge man hobble up the side behind me. And I've looked at him and I said, oh, wow, you must be in so much pain. And he's almost crying. And I've taken the energy enhancer patches off my back and put them on his back. I said, do you want to try this? No drugs, no chemicals. Yes. Pulls up his shirt straight away. I patch him up. I see him on the plane and he's sitting there and he's looking at me and he's saying, this is better than drugs. This works much better than drugs. And then I met him at the baggage claim. You've got 100 stories, 1,000 stories like this, Rory. I met him at the baggage claim. He said, that's the first time I have walked fast and almost run from the plane to the baggage claim in decades. He said, I cannot believe that I have never heard about this. And this is what I'm getting, that people are saying, how come we haven't heard about it? And that's why for all of us, it's our moral duty to be sharing the Lifewave patch technology. And just as I said that, a huge, I don't know if you heard it or not, but a huge bang went off outside with this incredible fireworks. Truly, the last home party that I did was in Reno not long ago. And there were 2 women there who wanted to share, and both of them had invited their friends. And so I went through a slideshow, I patched some people up, and I said to people, you know, for the first 4 to 6 people who sign up under Cheryl, sign up under Liza, we're going to give you a X39 sleeve of patches valued at 150 retail, you know, 100 wholesale. And they had like 4 to 6 people sign up as diamonds that night. Both of them became managers in that night. And
Wow.
yes. And and 2 of them actually signed up, were there with friends, and 2 of them signed up people under them. So the downline started already in the one night. So when you're offering gifts, and the gift was offered if they signed up with a gold account and one on monthly subscription. So it wasn't offered for a bronze or a silver. You had to be a gold or above and monthly subscription. Monthly subscription is so important. I don't give a gift unless people are put something on monthly subscription, because they don't get their patches on time. You know, they ring me up and say, oh my God, I haven't got patches. What am I going to do? I said, I can't do anything. You have to order them, right? So never be without your patches. never be without your points. Monthly subscription is this one of the major secrets to the success of building a business and keeping your team happy and the people that you're signing up happy. So when you offer gifts that have stipulations, then you'll find that people will want the gifts and they'll understand how important the gift is. You have to give, and I say this on the night as well, you have to give the Lifewave patch system the respect it deserves and the time it needs to work the deep healing within your system that you want. A lot of people want to see the glowing, shinier skin, you know, this luminosity from within, you know, within a week. And, you know, maybe it can happen for some people, but truly, when you want that, I always know when I'm around somebody who's using X39 and Lifewave, because they've got this living light that is pouring out of their skin. I'm going, oh yeah, they're definitely using Lifewave, right? And people come up to me in the supermarket and say, what's your routine? And, you know, what are you doing? And then when they hear that I've just turned 70, then they're really blown away. They go, that can't be possible. You know, your skin can't look like that. And I'm going, oh yeah, when you've been using X39 and the entire reverse aging system by Lifewave, your skin can look like this and does look like this. And so, but it had to do a lot of deep healing within my system first, because I'd had so much trauma and so many operations. So it was this deep, deep healing that happened first. And then the outward expression of that healing starts to come with the eyes looking lifted, the skin, the jawline, the energy, the straighter back. Everything looks and feels like you've reversed aged when you give it the time that it's going to take. And each body will take its different time depending on what you have been dealing with. For me, it was really easy. I had to, the system that I put into place was, apart from recruiting, right, is get everybody that I recruit and that all of my team recruit, give them the tools that they need to feel supported, loved, and know that they're collaborating with people, high consciousness, high frequency people, high frequency team. The moment people understand that they're not going to do this on their own, they start to take a deep breath and go, okay, I think I can do this. So first of all, I have put into place 2 Facebook groups. One that is just about, it's a free group just about patching, testimonials, stories, so much fun. We learn so much every week. And then we have a business Facebook group where we have a business call each week as well. So we have 2 Facebook groups, a business call and a Q&A call and a testimonial call. And then we have the same with the Facebook group. So what we're finding is that the people who just want to start using the patches, who are curious and who haven't committed to a business yet, they don't get overwhelmed with all of the business information. They just feel like, okay, I'm getting the stories, I'm hearing this incredible stuff. And then odds on every week, the new people who have joined that Q&A call will sign up under the person who brought them into the call. So this is not my call, it's our team's call. That's the culture. The culture is, I'm the MC of the call, and I invite everybody to come on in a leadership capacity to talk about what they've done and their stories, so that all their new people that they're inviting in get to see and hear them. Right. So there's this culture of creating leadership. And then we do the same thing with the business call, and we invite business people in, other SPDs to come in. Robin Mascari, for instance, has been in twice. She's gone through the back office for everybody and explains so much. And so what happens is people don't have to reinvent the wheel. They don't have to reinvent. Right. And I think this is a lot of people who have been in network marketing before, who have felt like they've been burnt, or they've worked really, really hard, and they're going, no, I'm not going to do that again. And then when we say, well, actually, you don't have to, we've created a PDF that explains absolutely everything that you give to everyone that you sign up. We've got the Facebook groups, we've got the free calls. We've actually got a really beautiful system that is entailing tools that people can use to create their business without them having to do a thing, except get the people that recruiting and talking to into that system. And I'm finding that it is working so well. Obviously it is, otherwise I wouldn't have got to SPD. And what I'm
Yeah.
finding in that system is that all of the people who are now my managers and directors and becoming senior directors soon in the next few weeks and executive directors, they're all finding it so much easier to talk to people and bring people in. And they know that they can call me, that they can email, that they can, text, that they can actually have a collaborative support system at their fingertips at all times. I also do something called Grow. Robin Mascari gave us this. It was really quite incredible. It's a Grow system. You should all be using it. So we open it up. All my team are using it, where we offer these free 30-minute calls. And we ask people questions. It's just asking questions. Where are you now? Where do you want to be? Do you have a plan? If not, let's work out a plan. And by the end of the 30 minutes, people are so inspired that what I'm seeing is that they quickly start recruiting and getting to the next rank, because this system is, and then they, by the way, get the Grow system and they start using it with their team. Whatever we do, it has to be replicatable, duplicatable. It has to be easy. If it's hard, people don't want to know. And quite frankly, there's so much to learn anyway that it's really great to have people at the top and people getting to the top who are prepared to do all of this. My team got me to SPD. This is a team sport. No one gets to SPD on their own. No one gets anywhere on their own here. Like when I was in my fashion industry for 25 years, I got to where I got on my own, right? When Daniel and I created the world's best luxury hotel, we got there on our own. I have, even my spiritual work, I've got there on my own. But with this, and I think this is the reason why my heart expands and I get so emotional when I think about finally finding a business where you never do this on your own. This is it's the collaboration, it's the love, it's the support. I mean, those words are huge. It's the way that we connect with people heart to heart, with full integrity and trust. And I really teach my people, and this is something that each one of you must do. You must always be in a place where the people that you have in your team can trust you 100%, where you've all full integrity in everything you do. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So as my mother would say, and I'm giving this message to you, go deeper into love, be patient, don't judge, really, really support every single person that you meet. And not just from now till 2 down or 3 down, but all of them, because each one of them is a line that is supporting you and your business. I mean, the week that I became SPD was super exciting. Like every day people were ringing me, my team was calling me. I had other SPDs who were going, hey, you're at this. Roy is texting me, hey, you've only got this to go. Make sure it happens. Please make sure it happens. And it was so much fun watching this happen with all of the support. And it was like, yeah, this is it. This is the business where you are supported. And it's the business where you know that you become successful because you do the same thing. That's my system.
Again, Sandra, thank you so very much for everything that you've done.
Thank you for
And
inviting me.
God bless you. And God bless you all.
Love you.
Love.